5th degree in case number 25 CR 1267, and possession of heroin in case number 25 CR 1263, all felonies of the 5th degree. Since he's pled, a pre-sentence report and a drug and alcohol evaluation have been completed, and we're here today for a sentencing in both matters.
All right, thank you. Mr. Martinez.
Thank you, Your Honor. May it please the court, Hector Martinez here on behalf of Mr. Birch. I've reviewed the pre-sentence report and the drug and alcohol evaluation. No errors or corrections to the pre-sentence report. We're prepared to go forward today.
Good.
All right. Your Honor, we did review the drug and alcohol evaluation that was performed at Lake Geauga by Ms. Friend. In that evaluation, she does indicate that Mr. Birch is suffering from opioid use disorder. A myriad of other substance abuse, should continue his treatment with New Day Recovery, continue with 12-step meetings, obtain a mental health assessment, follow those recommendations, have a regular contact with the home group and sponsor as far as the 12-step meetings, continue his medication-assisted treatment with Dr. Oley, maintain full-time employment, and obviously abstain from any mind-altering substances. Now, Eric, when he was arrested on this case, he immediately entered into a partial hospitalization program at New Day. He went into their inpatient program, successfully completed that. He was in their intensive outpatient treatment program. He successfully completed that. He was living at the sober house out there in Newton Falls. He was reporting as directed. He was taking drug screens very frequently through New Day. He just recently completed the aftercare component of his treatment. So he's doing what he needs to do to stay sober. Now, noting in the pre-sentence report and in the evaluation, Eric noted that he had a bad breakup, he had some life stressors, that's why he went back to using. You know, obviously he needs to get the tools in place that when he has a life stressor, he's just not going to revert back to using. And I think he understands that. I think he's internalizing that. I think he understands that he needs to immerse himself with sober people who are in recovery. His mom, Stacy's here today in support of Eric, and you know, she's an advocate for him. They thank this court for allowing them to attend that family vacation. You know, Eric mentioned to me he's always been using and not even going on these family vacations, so it was very important for him to spend time with his brother earlier this year, and obviously with his mom and other family members on vacation. And those are the life experiences that he should be enjoying without using drugs and alcohol. I think has a firm base. I know he's had some missteps in the past. He's here to tell you this is different this time, and I know Eric wants to address the court prior to sentencing. Your Honor, we're asking for community control sanctions with whatever terms and conditions the court deems appropriate, fashioning an appropriate sentence which would adequately punish Eric, protect the public, and more importantly, promote his effective rehabilitation from his opioid use disorder. And I'll turn it over to Mr. Birch at this time. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, Mr. Birch, what do you want to tell me?
Good morning, Your Honor. I would just like to say everybody asks kind of what's different this time, and I think for me the difference is really understanding the amount of effort and work that it takes that you have to put in and being willing to do that. And that was really the key the whole time. I just wasn't willing on a consistent basis to put in that work and effort. And for somebody like me, it takes a lot of work and consistency to stay on this path. And a big breakthrough that I had was in 2022. I ended up getting 20 months sober, working the program of AA, doing the steps. And never in my life had I had that amount of time. So for a long time, I didn't believe that I could do it. I really believed I was different. But once I had almost 2 years, it showed me that, oh, I can do it, and this is how to do it. So yes, I had a bad breakup, and I fell pretty hard, and then that's when I got arrested and all this happened. But I knew where to go, and I knew what I had to do. This is the longest I've stayed in treatment. I lived somewhere else for 6 months. I did the whole entire New Day, from inpatient to partial hospitalization to sober living in IOP to aftercare, which I just graduated Tuesday. And for me, it's just, I can't let up. I have to continue on this path with consistency, and that comes with my program, AA, Celebrate Recovery, which I've been dabbling with that a little bit too. But just being surrounded by supportive people, taking suggestions, and putting in the work. And that's what I'm trying to do today. Thank you.
All right, so you finished the aftercare on 2 days ago, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what's the plan going forward?
Just to continue my meetings. That's the biggest thing, because now the treatment aspect is removed, and this is where it counts. So I need to stay just surrounded by supportive people. I would say I need personally probably at least 3 meetings a week, and just checking in with probation and having that accountability, and I just can't let up. So it's transitioning from treatment to the program now for me.
All right, so who, you have a sponsor?
Yes.
Where are you living at right now?
I'm living in Burton with my grandmother right now.
And where are you working at right now?
I'm self-employed. I started a demolition and clean-out business. My brother's a realtor and he flips houses. He's got 12 flips going right now, and so I do full-time demolition work for him.
What, are you still with 860?
I still pay my dues, but I'm taking a break from that right now.
What type of work were you doing?
I was in asphalt milling for 7 years. Before that, I did tunnel work. I've done bridge construction, gas line distribution, a little
Tunnel
bit of
work
everything.
with the sewer district?
What's that?
The regional sewer district tunnel work or something else?
No, this was over by the salt mines in Menor Headlands. There was a tunnel job there.
How long have you been doing the demo stuff?
Approximately 3 months since I got out of, since I moved back home is when I started. And it kind of just fell into my lap, and I just kind of been running with it right now.
Is that keeping you full-time busy?
Oh yeah, definitely.
All right, so you had almost 2 years up once you got out of prison, right?
Yeah.
Okay. When you were in prison, you got your license now?
Yes, sir.
When you were in prison for that, what, 9 months, 8 months? What was your, did you do any drugs while you were there?
I believe it was 11.5 months that you sentenced me to, and just being transparent, I was sober through Lorraine and Grafton. When I got to the halfway house at East 55th, I totally fell off.
Okay. All right, so what happened then in 2022?
Let me think.
After
There
you're almost 2 years, you said you were sober almost 2 years, so.
So how that started
Yeah.
was there was a DUI in Geauga County. So I got sentenced to 30 days in jail and then to IOP. And that 30 days in jail is what started my new journey. And I followed the IOP at Ravenwood, and that's when I put together 20 months.
All right, when did that 20 months end? With this, well, go ahead and tell me when it ended.
Let's see, 2022. Let me see if I got arrested.
Because this happens in, these things occur in April, May of 25.
Yeah.
So how long in advance of that were you
So
dabbling around again?
this happened in May, and I would say I was out there for probably 6 months at least.
Okay. How did that all get started?
So when I had the 20 months, I got involved in a relationship with a girl. We both had sober time. We were both working programs. We ended up moving in together, and she left one day, took the kids, and didn't say anything. And pretty much I didn't know how to process that. And I turned to drugs, and then I couldn't stop until I was stopped in May.
Did you have a sponsor at that time?
I did, yeah.
Okay. What contact did you have with the sponsor?
Once I picked up, none. I mean, he would come to my house and I wouldn't open the door. I just fell off pretty quick.
Okay. So you have a clear picture of what it's like not to do it, what it's like to do it. What leads to you doing it again? Right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So there's really, I don't have any role in this whole thing, right? I can tell you what to do. You're either going to do it or you're not going to do it,
Right.
right? Okay. All right, have a seat. Mr. Gretzky.
State recommends community control sanctions, Your Honor.
All right, I've reviewed the pre-sentence report and the evaluation, listened to Mr. Birch, listened to counsel, considered all the provisions in 29, 29, 11, 12, and 13. Both cases, I'll put you on community control for 2 years, 37 days in jail, credit 37. No drugs or alcohol with screens. Attend at least 3 AA or NA meetings a week and maintain your sponsor. I want you to get the mental health evaluation, follow the recommendations. Only one doctor, only one dentist, and one pharmacy for any prescription medication. Are you taking any right now?
Suboxone.
Okay. Take your medication as is prescribed, sign releases for probation, maintain full employment, and pay the costs and supervision fees. Ms. Warren, any other terms?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
All right, so those conditions apply on both cases. Do you understand all the terms?
Yes, Your Honor. I
Any
do.
question about them?
No. So
So you know the drill, right? If you violate, state will file a motion to terminate. If I find you violated on the 1263, you're looking at potentially 12 months in prison. And on the 1267, 24, so a total of 36. You understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Anything else, Ms. Zagretsky? If there are remaining charges, they're dismissed, or anything forfeited is forfeited. Other than that,
Nothing else, Your Honor.
Mr. Martinez, anything further?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
All right, good luck, Mr. Birch.
Thank you.
Change plea date.
All right, not guilty plea will be entered as the bond, Mr. Mulkey.
Thank you, Your Honor. May it please the court, counsel, and others in the courtroom today. After conferencing with my client, I confirm he's still residing at 967 Newberry Avenue, where he's resided 6 years with his mother. He indicates furthermore he's gainfully employed at Four Walls Painting in Willoughby. He indicates his mother can bring him and provide him accurate transportation and reliable transportation to all his court obligations. Your Honor, as it relates to at least the tampering charge, my client represents to me that during at least one of the times from 1:41 to 6 a.m. in the morning, it showed a tamper. He indicates he was using some facial cleanser called Cetaphil, and that upon reaching 6 a.m. in the morning on the date in question, the number went back to 0. I have not been able to verify that information, Your Honor. So I would ask the court to consider reinstating his bond, as he will appear for court and maintain contact with my office as well as all his legal obligations. Thank you.
All right, Ms. Haleshi.
Thank you, Your Honor. The state is asking that bond remain revoked in this case. Bond had previously been set on December 17th, where Judge Collada had set bond at $50,000 cash or surety, with conditions that the defendant be equipped with scram to refrain from consuming alcohol and to not operate a motor vehicle. The state filed a motion to revoke bond based on information from scram systems that on January 18th, there was a confirmed alcohol consumption. The information that Mr. Mulkey just put on the record was communicated by the defendant to Scram Systems, and they still confirmed that as a confirmed alcohol consumption. And since the filing of that motion, the state has received an additional report from Scram Systems that on January 29th, there was a confirmed tamper with the defendant's device. The total duration of that tamper was 7 hours and 38 minutes. And then at the time the defendant was arrested on the outstanding warrant in this case, Detective Mame with the Willoughby Police Department contacted the state stating that the defendant was found operating his girlfriend's vehicle and he was cited for driving under suspension. In regards to this facts of the case, the state is alleging that the defendant was observed by Wycliffe officers entering a construction zone and almost striking workers in that construction zone before continuing eastbound on State Route 2. When officers initiated a traffic stop on that vehicle, they detected the odor of alcohol. The defendant's speech was slurred and he was unsteady on his feet, and the defendant had refused to submit to standard field sobriety tests. During an inventory of the vehicle, officers located an empty bottle of Sutter Home Pinot Grigio and a receipt from a bar that listed the 10 drinks having been purchased by the defendant just a few hours prior to the offense, and the defendant had acknowledged drinking. The defendant is 40 years old. He has a criminal history, including 3 prior prison numbers. The most recent resulting, it was a release in 2020, but he also has 4 prior OVIs on his record as well. Thank you.
All right, based on the information, the bond will remain revoked. I'm going to set this case for a jury trial on March 10th at 8 a.m. There will be another hearing that will take place on February 26th at 1:30. If there's an offer on this case, then that will be the opportunity for the defendant to either accept or reject that offer. Anything else, Ms. Alessi?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Mulkey?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
All rise.
Amy, can I talk to you 1 second?
Yes, I'm sorry. I have to run somewhere. I have a vacation. Folks, we can walk and talk.
Oh, it's like on the list. Did you guys recommend